Today, I'm going to show you how to make tints and tones. Tints and tones are when you lighten and darken a color by adding black and white. It's the easiest, simplest, and first way that most people alter a color. So what I'm going to do is put a little primary red in my mixing palette, a little bit of ivory black, and some permanent white. So to start, and I'm using gouache here. Gouache is a very flat, highly pigmented form of water-soluble paint. It's loved by designers because it dries without any glare. So you can see here, I'm just going to put a swatch here to show you what red looks like, primary red, unaltered, right? It's a very nice, vivid red color. And it's highly saturated. So every time you mix a color with another color, it's actually going to dim the intensity of that color just a little bit. Right, so there is our beautiful red, primary red. So if I take that red and I grab some of this white and mix them together here, a little more. This is called a tint, otherwise known as pink. Now, the paint I'm using for this little demo here is balanced. So what that means is it's a balanced red, aka a primary red. Paint manufacturers often make these kind of mixtures so that they give you really true colors when you mix them, because there's warm reds and cool reds and warm blues and cool blues. And a balanced red, you can see it gives us that, when we add a little bit of white to it and tint the color, it gives us a really pinky pink because it's a balanced primary. So now let's try toning it. So I'm going to take this red and add black. And here you can see that tone. This is quite a nice range we're getting here with just red, ivory black, and permanent white. So I'm going to have a little fun. Let's see what happens if we mix our tint and tone together. So this is a little black and a little white mixed to our red. And you can see now we've got a kind of dusty pink color. It's a really nice color, actually. Now there are degrees, of course, when you're doing tints and tones. So this mixture here, this first pink, is kind of 50% red, 50% white. Same thing here with the black and red. But watch what happens if I take quite a bit of red and just a teeny bit of white. I'm not going to put very much white, just a little bit. There's just like a little tiny, like maybe 10% white there, right? And you can see it still changes that color. That mixture, it takes that red down just a notch, right? So this is a tint. So if you've taken beginning design before, or maybe you're in it now, this is how you do a value scale. So when you do this with just black and white, you know, and you mix like pure ivory black all the way to permanent white and every shade in between, you're just basically taking that ivory black and you're tinting it, or if you're working in the other direction, you're taking that white and you're toning it. When you add a color to this combination, you're tinting and toning that color. So let's try now the red with just a tiny bit of black, a little teeny, not too much, just a little bit. And you can see a little bit more. See, we can take it down just a little bit. Take down the intensity of the red. And now it's a deeper red. So you see these two here represent really subtle changes. These two represent pretty drastic changes. And this one here is a mix of a tint and a tone. So adding a little black and a little white to that red. And look, with just those three colors, look at the range we've already gotten. So have some fun, experiment with using tints and tones with a variety of colors in your palette to see the range of color that you can achieve.